Trump, in classic Trump fashion, decided to run out of a pre-taped interview with 60 Minutes. He had his own recording of the interview, which he later released. But one of the moments that really stood out prior to the interview taking place was a moment where Kayleigh McEnany handed over this giant book to Lesley Stahl. Trump's goons then took photos of it, and it was made to appear as though that giant book was Donald Trump's healthcare policy. And so Trump tweeted it out saying, Kayleigh McEnany presenting Lesley Stahl of 60 Minutes with some of the many things we have done for healthcare. Lesley had no idea. And here's Kayleigh McEnany's original tweet where she says that she's handing Lesley Stahl just a small part of what President Donald Trump has done for healthcare, specifically healthcare in the United States. She couldn't believe how huge it was and said, I can hardly lift it. She probably didn't say that. Now, with that said, there's another image that we should probably look at, which features Lesley Stahl opening the book. She has a confused look on her face because it appears that the pages are blank. And one other thing that's worth mentioning is the way that people have responded to it. So that was someone, cracking a joke about the whole situation. But I do want to also go to a small snippet of the video that Trump himself released of the interview, where Lesley Stahl asks about healthcare policy and why it is that Trump hasn't released his replacement for the Affordable Care Act, which we all know Trump is working very hard to get stricken down by the Supreme Court as we speak. So let's take a look at that interaction.
We'll make a deal and we will have a great healthcare plan with less expensive, and a much better plan.
Why haven't you seen it?
You have seen it. I've been putting out pieces all over the place.
Now, it's a really weird way to refer to the plan that you have. I've been releasing pieces all over the place. Didn't you guys just allegedly hand Lesley Stahl a giant book that has your healthcare policy in it? Why didn't you refer to that? Is it because there was actually nothing in that book other than blank pages? I mean, they're just such clowns. They're such clowns. It's amazing. Cenk.
Yeah, I just feel so sorry for Trump voters. I mean, it's such an obvious con man.
Why?
No, because they're such rubes. He's gonna take away all of your healthcare protections. So look, let me tell you a fact.
Come on for us.
I hear you, in the Supreme Court, he's arguing to take away all of Obamacare, which includes protections for pre-existing conditions. He has never proposed a plan that would cover pre-existing conditions. He keeps saying it, but he's never proposed it, and one does not exist. And then he says, "Oh, don't worry, I've got it in different places. Maybe it's some sort of treasure hunt." And we should, they used to do this in my high school, and it was a fun game. And you'd go try to find things all across your hometown. Maybe he sprinkled it in different places. That'll be fun to find. A Trump voter listens to that and goes, "Oh, I bet that's true." None of it is public, but Trump has hidden it in different places in America. Maybe. Okay, then he says, "Oh, by the way, I have a 1,000-page book, which you can barely pick up, that has the entire plan." You open it, it's totally blank. It's totally blank. And Trump voters look at it and go, "Oh yeah, he probably wrote it in invisible ink." God, how dumb do you have to be? Wow, how dumb do you have to be? No, there is no plan. There's never been a plan. Here, if you're a Trump MAGA chudhead, let me ask you this. If he has this awesome healthcare plan that's so much better than the Affordable Care Act and protects pre-existing conditions, why didn't he do it for these whole 4 years? He's losing by 10 points now. So at a bare minimum, he certainly could lose the election, right? So why did he risk your healthcare? And now Biden might come back into office, and then you'll never get this golden invisible ink plan. You'll never get it. Why? Why didn't Trump do it on day 1? Why didn't he do it on day 100? Or at any time in the 4 years that he had, why didn't he protect you? Well, they say no, once the election's over, He's gonna pull a bunch of rabbits out of the hats of the places that he hid it, and he's gonna reveal the invisible ink, etc. And then maybe he might save my life. Oh, by the way, what's the one thing that Trump did get done in the last 4 years? Pretty much his only hallmark accomplishment legislatively. Oh, right, a $2 trillion tax cut that mainly went to the rich. Funny how they didn't get stuff in invisible ink. They got it in cold, hard cash. You know how much the average person in the top 1% made from the Trump tax cuts? $63,000 a year. So they have had about $240,000 on average tax breaks during Trump. Their book is actually really thick and it's filled with cash. They all got $250,000 apiece. What did you get? You got an empty book. And you, chud head of the world, is going, I think I'm gonna vote for Trump, man. I think he's got my best interest in mind. He hates brown people. Yeah, good luck with that. And don't come crying to us when you got a healthcare issue and there's no plan at all and you got totally screwed. Thanks for watching The Young Turks, really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.